Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Ren and Stimpy Collector and Fan Show. On the last episode, I opened up an entire box of Topps Ren and Stimpy trading cards. And I forgot to show you guys, I have a couple of autographed cards. So I'm going to play these in the background while I go over the intro of today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Alright, so what I've got to show you guys today is something extremely rare. This is what's known as the Ren and Stimpy trading card prototype. This was something developed by Topps. They reached out to a company in the United States known as Mid-City Lithographers to create the cards for them. I guess they didn't like how the designs came out, so they went with another company. These cards were never released to the public. Like I said, they were prototypes to show Topps what they were capable of. Once the project was scrapped, a couple of the cards were leaked out of the factory. The exact number of cards in circulation is currently unknown, but it's safe to say that this is probably one of the, if not the, rarest Ren and Stimpy collectible out there. These cards toted a special glow-in-the-dark theme. So let's check out the first card. You can see it's the classic intro art for the Ren and Stimpy Show. It's got the peel corner, but this is not a sticker. It is a card. Again, it is a prototype. And if I flip this prototype card around, you can see on the back is a stamp from the printing company, Mid-City Lithographers. It has their information and also says phosphoric printed on the bottom of the back of the card. The second and unfortunately the final card in my collection, they say that there is apparently 4 cards. I have never seen them. I have never seen them on the internet. I've never seen them for sale. So they are actually unknown to me. So now let's move on to the second prototype card in my collection. This is the Ren and Stimpy with Ren in the tub farting scene, which is pretty much included in all of the other card sets. Again, it has the peel sticker emblem in the bottom left-hand corner. This is not a sticker. It is a prototype card. We flip it over, it has the same exact back. So now let's talk about the special features of this card. This card was printed with special glow-in-the-dark ink. So you guys can see if I turn the lights out here, nothing happens. The card does not glow, or at least my camera is not able to pick it up because it doesn't glow enough. I can tell you right now that my eyes can't pick up any glowing whatsoever. And that is because I keep this card in a dark place. I do not want the sun getting to it. I don't want it fading. I don't want anything happening to it. And if you guys know anything about glow-in-the-dark inks, they require charging by sunlight. You can also use black light to charge them, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to introduce some UV waves via black light. You guys can see, even with the black light on, that it looks like the white ink is what really glows in the dark. And boy, it really fades fast if I take that torch off it. But a really cool concept, honestly. I think where they went wrong here is the application of ink. Like, they were trying to stick to the classic Ren and Stimpy coloring scheme, and it just didn't work out. Like, they should have done all of the letters in white or something. Because when this glows in the dark, it's just kind of lackluster. It you know, every other letter glowing and stuff, it's just not quite cutting it. So let's move on to the next card and see how this one looks. Okay, yeah, you can see this one is glowing. All of the white parts of the image are glowing. Stimpy's eyes, Stimpy's chest, Stimpy's hands, Ren's eyes in the bathtub, glowing very vibrantly after a charge with this torch. And so yeah, guys, that is it. Those are, in my opinion, probably the rarest Ren and Stimpy cards that exist today. Now I want to talk about the Mid-City Lithographers process and what they had to offer to the trading card community in 1993. I'm not sure that all of the Ren and Stimpy cards were slated to be glow-in-the-dark. I think that they were going to be holographics with the glow in the darks, maybe as the specials. Let me read you a little bit about Mid-City Lithographers from the Chicago Tribune from December 19th, 1993. The company Mid-City Lithographers, based out of Lake Forest, Illinois, a 45-year-old firm that prints more than 100 million textbook covers. Mid-City's most unique and notable product of the time was their use of lithofoil, the company's trademarked name for a registered process by which lithography is printed onto foil to imitate a hologram. Again, they trademarked and owned this process. Only one other company in the country, Lee Press of suburban Philadelphia, was using this process. Mid-City's use of lithofoil is for specially trademarked football trading cards. In 1993, Mid-City's use of lithofoil was specially trademarked and used for football trading cards called Stat Smashers, which were being printed for A Sports Incorporated, a Cincinnati sports card company. The player's picture is printed in 4 colors and foil stamped to simulate movement. The lithofoil gives motion to the card because of the reflection and light hits the silver foil, which is engraved with a variety of different patterns. It looks as if the person is actually moving. It's an optical illusion. As we take a look at these cards, you'll see that it honestly, by today's standards, looks like nothing special, but in 1993, this was a brand new technology. The Stat Smashers cards really didn't take off as much as they would have liked them to. I don't know what the numbers printed of the Stat Smashers card were, but if you guys know anything about quantity and 90s trading cards, they were printed to the moon. They were overprinted, oversaturated. This is a wild card, Warren Moon for the Oilers. You guys know Warren Moon. So like they said, they would include in their process 3 to 5 different types of holographic engraving in their cards. You can see like the back of this player is diagonal lines. You can see diagonal lines going throughout the card in an opposite direction. At the bottom here, you can see kind of like a bubbly hollow effect and some more straight lines over here on this player's leg. And I've got a couple more Stat Smashers here for you guys. Here's another wild card. This is Barry Sanders when he played for the Lions. And here you can easily see multiple styles of engraving inside of the foil. We have a thick, bubbly foil at the bottom. We have a finer grain bubble at the top. And the third and final style of engraving in the foil is the player at the bottom left-hand corner's helmet is like a straight line hollow. And I also have one more Stat Smashers card in my collection. Michael Jackson for... Oh, shoot. Wrong Michael Jackson trading card, guys. Sorry about that. Here we go. Michael Jackson for the Browns. Out of the 3 cards that I just showed you, this is probably the coolest in my opinion. You've got that kind of like holographic ray aura type deal radiating from behind Michael Jackson. You've got more variations in holographic types. The referee is one style of hollow, kind of like a checkered diamond. The player on the right is like a circle grid kind of hollow. And at the bottom of Michael Jackson, in between his legs, is a straight diagonal holographic. And in between Michael Jackson himself and the player on the right, you have another style of hollow, kind of like a sparkly glitter style hollow. To the bottom left of the referee, you have another style hollow, a diagonal line style hollow. So you can see probably this is the majority of engraved holographic patterns that Mid-City Lithographers had to offer all in one card. This is a very good example of what they were capable of in 1993, and is also a glimpse into what we could have had from Topps 1993 Ren and Stimpy trading card box set. These could have been our Ren and Stimpy cards, guys. This style hollow. Honestly, I think I'm kind of glad that Topps went with another company. I reached out to Topps and they did not get back to me. They would not provide me with the information on who printed these cards, unfortunately. If anybody out there knows the answers to who actually printed the Ren and Stimpy trading card box set that they ultimately went with in the end, go ahead and let us know in the comments. I'm sure a couple of us are curious. I know I am. And that's all I have for you guys today. I've got plenty more episodes coming in this Ren and Stimpy series, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you won't miss them. Keep collecting, kids, and always remember, there's no nostalgia quite like 90s nostalgia. See you next episode. And for the record, yes, I do realize I butchered the pronunciation of lithographer, lithography. I hope you guys can find it in your heart to forgive me. I'm just an idiot!